Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's more prophecy being fulfilled day by day, every second, every minute, every hour. Now, I just got some more information, and this is totally ridiculous. Now, I want to get into this right now. Bill Clinton is putting pressure on Israel. For what? To make peace with the Palestinians. Well, let me tell you something. There is no such thing as a Palestinian, and there never, ever, ever was such thing as a Palestinian state. Okay? That is the biggest lie that has ever been published, in that the whole world believes that there's such thing as a Palestinian people when they're not. You can go back to Genesis, where God called Abraham. He called him while he was in, I believe he was in Iraq at the time. And then his what's it called? His wife told him to go into Hagar. And that's where Ishmael came out of. And what were they called? She was an Egyptian. And what were they called afterwards? The Philistines. The Philistines. Not once will you find the word Palestinian people in the Bible, which is not true. That's what they did to make fun of the Jews after they were in 70 A.D. when they got cast to the four corners of the earth. They changed the names and they said we're Palestinian people, which is not true at all. But I want to get into this right here about this peace. I want to try to bring peace to Israel. And by the way, I want to make this clear too. There is no such thing as the state of Israel. Israel is a nation, not just of a country, but of a people. Look in the Bible. You'll never see the word state. I will bring them back into their own land and make them a nation. It doesn't say I will make them a state. They are a nation. And yet this is literally a joke. Because I want to read this to you, what Bill Clinton is saying right here. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, right here. Bill Clinton, Israel, make peace to survive. Now, that is a threat. So basically, he's saying if Israel does not make peace, that the Arab people, I'm not going to even mention the word Palestinians, because there's no such thing as a Palestinian. I don't care who's listening to this video. There is no such thing as a Palestinian. Okay? Like the video I made months before. Like with these tornadoes happening in Oklahoma and all these other places. Maybe this is the wrath of God falling, because, you know, John Kerry was doing the exact same thing. John Kerry was over in the Middle East. He was threatening the Jews that they have to make peace. This is totally ludicrous, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Because the Arab people, they can care less for the Jews. The land is meaningless. It's their existence that they don't like. Because even Arafat, back in, I forget what year it was with Bill Clinton, they were discussing something with Barack something. But Arafat said, peace for us means the destruction of Israel. He said, it's not their borders we don't like, it's their existence. Okay? And yet they're trying to say that they want to make peace with Israel. And yet you have all these Arab nations saying death to Israel, death to America. Israel is little Satan and America is big Satan, and we have to wipe them off the face of the map for our Mahdi to return. And yet you're trying to say you want to make peace with us? And he said your Mahdi will not return until we wipe the Jew off the face of the map and throw them into the sea? What kind of joke is this, people? Don't believe what you're hearing on the media. It's a bunch of bull. It's a bunch of lies. Okay? And plus, that's in Psalms 83. And yet, whatever. This is a bunch of bull. Like, all the stuff that they're getting ready for. Because think about it. They want, the Jewish people are intelligent people, okay? They know what's going on. They think they're stupid. They think they're stupid people, but they're not. Because think what's happening right now. Think about it, people. What is happening right now? Iran is going nuclear. I don't know if they're finished yet, their nuclear program. But they said once they're finished, they have 7 countries they want to target. That's Los Angeles, California, New York City, Washington, London, England, Jerusalem, and I think the other one's Colorado or Chicago. And believe me, these people are not crazy. These people mean exactly what they say. Their history has proven it. They were just lacking the equipment. Once Iran has their nuclear weapons, they can threaten the West like you cannot imagine. And this is what they're going to do. Because that's exactly what they want to do, is nuke the West. So, by them trying to say, oh, you should make peace with the Muslims, that is a real joke. It's not going to happen. Because they want a Palestinian state. Why do you think they want a Palestinian state for? Well, there's no such thing as a Palestinian. But yeah, they're going along with the lie because of all deception, okay? This is the reason why they want to create that state. This is the reason why. Is because of this. The more closer they are to Israel, the more faster and the more sooner their rocket missiles or whatever will be able to target Israel. That's all it is. They don't care about the Jews. Study the Quran. It says it. Do not take Jews and Christians as friends. Besiege them. Set before them ambush. Slay the adulterer. All non-Muslims. Basically, that's the whole entire world. If you're not a Muslim, you have the right to kill them. You have the right to kill them. And also, there's another, I don't know if this is in the Quran or if it's in another book. It says that the end will not come until the Muslims kill the Jews. And in that day, Allah will give the trees a voice. The trees will say, Muslim, there is a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill it. You see? And yet they're trying to say they want to make peace. It's totally impossible. But you have to remember, people, this is more than a physical war. This is a spiritual war. Because they want to wipe the Jew off of the face of the map. And God made his promises to who? To the Jews. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So if Iran and all the other Muslim countries can wipe Israel from off the face of the earth, from being a nation, then Yahweh is a liar, and God is a liar, and he cannot judge the father of lies, because that means Jesus cannot come back at the second coming, because what's the purpose at the second coming? I think that's in Romans 13 or 14, I'm not sure. It says, all Israel shall be saved. Now, you can't save people if they're eliminated, if they got distinct. And Jesus will not be able to set up his 1,000-year reign millennial kingdom. Cannot. It cannot happen if you wipe them out from off of the face of the earth. And plus the events of the tribulation period as well wouldn't be able to happen, because the Jews are going to be rebuilding their third temple that's already under construction in the Temple Institute. They have all the equipment, they have the Levites, they're training the priests, and they have the red heifer. Everything is ready. So if the Muslims can do that, then God made a mistake in giving us those things in the Bible. Well, let me tell you something. God never makes a mistake. This is a battle between God and Satan. And plus, when the angel Gabriel appeared to the Virgin Mary, he said, Mary, your son shall be great, and he shall rule over the house of Jacob for how long? Until they wipe your people off the map? Until they divide the land and they take it from them? No. He shall rule over the house of Jacob forever. How long is forever? Forever is forever. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel. 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 34. Check it out and you'll see it. So this is a spiritual war between God and Satan. And we already know who wins. Read the end of the book. This is why the real war, people, is going to be over the city of Jerusalem. And let me tell you this too. Guess how many times it mentions the word Jerusalem in the Quran? Mark a big fat 0. Not even once. Because it was always in the possession of the Jews. During the reign of King David, Jerusalem was under the control of the Jews. Okay? The reason why the Quran has some things in it that the Bible has in it is because Muhammad had a close relationship with the Jewish rabbis. This is what so many people don't know of. Satan tries to throw a bit of truth in with the rest of lies. But yet you can study the Quran, the Book of Mormon, the Hindu scriptures, Confucius, Buddha scriptures, you name it. Not one of them. Because the Bible the Bible alone can do what no other book can do. And that's predict the future before it happens. Bible prophecy. And everything, by the way, that's happening right now is exactly, right to the precision, is exactly what God told us that would be happening before He's about to return. Exactly. So God tells us the future before it happens, and Bible prophecy is history written down in advance. So God says, I'm going to tell you before it happens, so that when it happens, you will have to acknowledge that I am God, and the Bible is my word. I will do what no one else has been able to do ever before, and I will predict the future with 100% accuracy. And that God has definitely done that. God told the Jews their history before it even happened. Undeniably. Undeniably, people. He told them that they were going to be scattered to the four corners of the earth. I don't have time. You guys can go listen to my other messages. What's the name of it? So you guys can go listen to it. The name of the video is called, Why Should We Study Bible Prophecy? Go listen to it. God said that He was going to cast His people to the four corners of the earth because of disobedience. They were worshiping idols. But yet, at the same time, He said He would bring them back in their own land. He would restore unto them a pure language. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 9. And that's exactly what happened. Exactly what God said. This is what's going to happen to you. It happened. Study secular history. Well, it doesn't take a genius. Look at the Jews. That's why they have the saying, a wandering Jew. No matter where they went, they were not welcome. He said their names would even be used as a curse word. You can read that in Jeremiah chapter 29, start from verse 18. You'll be a huss, or whatever, a curse. People will use your name as a curse word and an approach, you name it. And that's exactly what God said. So we should not be surprised of everything that's happening. I just wanted to make this clear. This is literally a joke. They can try to make peace, but it's not going to happen. There's only one person that will succeed, that will make a false peace. And that is when the Antichrist comes on the world scene. He will do what no one else has been able to ever do before. That's why everybody's going to fall in love with this guy. He's going to be a charismatic leader. He's going to be a friend to every nation. And that's when the Ezekiel 38 war starts at the peace treaty. That's what breaks the peace treaty, is the Ezekiel 38 war. Because everything that is happening right now, we are on the break of Psalms 83 war. Damascus, chapter 17, behold the burden against Damascus. Isn't that funny? The burden. It's a burden. Back then you would have thought I was crazy, but look at today. Behold the burden against Damascus. Damascus shall cease from being a city. A war is about to break out. Egypt's going to turn into a desert as well. And Damascus is going to be gone. But the Bible doesn't tell us if it's going to be wiped out by a bomb or if it's just going to cease from being a city on its own. Because look, they're killing their own people. The city's falling apart all by itself. This is Bible prophecy coming to pass. So this is all I wanted to say. And Bill Clinton, you better watch how you treat the Jews. Because Israel is the apple of God's eye. And God said, I will bless those that bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. You'll bring the judgment of God upon America. And I believe the judgment of God is already upon America. God keeps His word. He made an everlasting covenant. And this is all I got to say, and shalom.